When it comes to explosive Street Fighter matches, I feel like these two have given me some of the most reasons to be excited watching them play. I mean,
100%.
we've heard Brian F talk about he looks at Smug for his Balrog. You know what I'm saying? That tells you a lot about his play. Now, it's not making him, the best player in the world or anything like that, but you have to notice iDom versus Smug is going to be a banger, a barn burner. Gentlemen, take it away.
Again, we're going with the G pick right off the bat for Smug, and as the analysts have mentioned, G does have a pretty decent time against Laura, but it's not just anybody's Laura. This is the Capcom Cup champ.
The one that really put this character on the map that, Ever Neutral doesn't feel that good, but when he runs his game plan, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Great jumping, dealing with the fireballs. That is a pain point, especially level 2 one right there, but great call out from iDom.
What are you going to do once she gets past neutral, though? You know what I'm saying? Like, then how are you going to stop this? Well, that's a great...
There's your answer right there.
That is a great counter move, honestly.
Great counter running. Excuse me, let me interject my point here. And now you put in the corner. Stun is rising. Smug with the anti-air crouch fears.
Again, some of the best lights in the game, but also with great buffers behind it, right? Just twice over, Smug was not ready for it. Now it's iDom's turn. Oh, that was such a sharp angle. Not enough for Smug to commit to an anti-air, and he's going to pay for it. He accepts that flip.
Overhead connects. That's not the stun. Oh, but still gets it done. Man, that was tight. But all right. iDom, I see you.
Even if he wasn't dead, again, it was one hit to stun.
Yeah, it was one hit for the finish right there. But you see these, I didn't get to talk about this until now, because now it just came up. Even in these drop situations, there's not so much awareness of what's going on in the game. He's ready to just pick it back up within milliseconds.
Giant comeback. Another anti-air back-to-back from Smug. Way more attentive to the air approach this time against iDom. Pushing him to the corner. Full critical art on deck. Slight mishap there from iDom. He had the punish, but here comes Smug. Don't sit there. Don't get caught sitting there.
Back dash though. Reads the throw and able to skip the situation. Activate V-trigger. This is where iDom can really shine. Hold his command grab. That light kick throw command grab is super powerful. Has a lot more range of V-trigger. Now you gotta hold the stun. It's done. iDom with the first one. With the elbows.
Bruh.
Bows only. It's on bows.
iDom gets close to you, and I don't know how you stay calm. Like, I don't know how anybody stays calm.
I don't think you do. I feel like I should have paid a little bit more attention to Smug's camera. I feel like we're lucky we get to see the facial expressions as they play, but honestly, no. I mean, I'm sure Smug has been in this situation 1.5 times at this point, but what can you actually do at that point?
That's true. That's true. I mean, I feel like if you're playing somebody like iDom, you need to do that research to know exactly where you're going to even have an opportunity to hit a button. But iDom has accounted for those things many times. I've seen my man have like a 100 win streak just playing on PS4. So I feel like there's not many situations he won't be prepared to deal with, or at least has seen before.
I mean, this is just that ability to just like know what people are gonna do, have the read on them, and also he's talked about this before on his stream. The risk reward is so important to him in this fight, in any fighting game.
In any fighting game.
But for him, he really drills that out. He's like, well, why would you do that there? Because this is the risk and reward. Like, he understands it for not only his character but for other characters.
That makes so much sense.
And that decision making allows him to stay solid, stay safe, and get these wins, even when things go a little bit scrambling.
So we saw the first game go towards iDom. Even though he was down in terms of the life lead, or he was at a huge life deficit, actually still managed to make a comeback. Very, very impressive all the way through. Again, the air approach has been paying off for iDom a good amount of times, at least in this round. Smug doing a fantastic job of trying to deter that approach with iDom. He's just as stubborn as ever.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the way you gotta play.
Ooh, the big counter poke!
The buffer on that sucker too, but still, in the corner, up smash, counter, hit the flip out. You see him rotate the defensive options, but there's not a lot of defense when you're caught in the corner against G.
Don't get caught. Don't get caught sitting down. How does he know
it's
when
a two
to press
frame.
a button?
It's a 2-frame. Even when you're not even laying down, it's a 2-frame.
It's so scary.
Oh
no! Check the low from down below. Oh jeez, he's dead. He's dead from that far away. That's a classic. That's a G classic.
Yeah,
you already know. So as soon as any G has meter, V trigger, or any bar down below, you already know an EX rushing low.
Right.
Without a doubt.
Have that in the mind. Smug starting to fight back. More fears. No connection. Back throw.
Yeah,
this is where you really gotta put the pedals in the metal. Put this character in the corner. Get the run the command grab. Strike throw.
Ooh, that was
to the face.
Yeah. A little awkward there for iDom. Getting caught whiffing a pretty large button in front of Smug.
Those fierces activation. iDom's comeback point right here. Make the return no receipt.
and you were talking about the risk reward, right? Going into it with the overhead, backed by the thunder,
The
fireball, thunderclap. Thank you.
Just like that. Crush. EX. Pick up. Oh, you see again.
Oh,
but
that
this
was
a throw.
smart.
This time, Smug acclimate. I'm telling you, he's studious and studies.
Oh, this is tough. This is going to be a chip sequence. If he does that build V reversal in time, I think you might be dead. Anti-air. Oh, there's the V reversal. There it is. There's nothing you can do.
Yo, that's chip, no dip. Cheetos, Doritos, and Fritos. Take your pick.
Can I get
Take
all,
your pick.
Can I get all three in a party bowl? Or?
Come on, man. What
That's
are you
greedy.
doing?
I'm hungry, man.
Okay.
Maybe I'm just trying to eat.
All right, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Idom was a little too hungry right there. He overextended just a little bit. But y'all like to see the fact that you talked about rotating those defensive options, especially in the corner. There's a super important versus G. It's terrifying to be in a position with G where he literally can just grab you and kill you. So rotating those defensive options are really, really good. I also feel like Smug is the best at calling you out on the worst decision in those situations.
Oh, yeah.
Well, 12 long frames. Thanks, bro. Boom. You just lost. So I think that really, shows what part of his gameplay stands out the most in some of these situations. It's also why he excels with G so much, because he's really good at controlling range anyway, with Balrog not having any, fireballs. But being able to control that neutral versus a character like Laura is even more important. And I'm surprised we haven't seen more presidential power-ups.
I was actually just thinking the same thing, but there were so many instances where Smug would get the knockdown and immediately go for the Oki setup as soon as he can. If it's mid-screen, if he were to get any sort of combo in the corner, then obviously that would be the most important time to get the presidentiality level. But for the most part, I feel like iDom did such a great job of keeping the game outside of the corner. That was the reason why we didn't get to see that presidentiality level as often. And that's what I was just about to ask. Do you think Laura, or excuse me, do you think iDom is going to be sticking with Laura or Poison, right? So,
Now going to the Poison pick, and now I'm kind of with it, because you can make this character feel unusual, make him use a V reversal, and then you don't have to deal with the V trigger, or they have to hold that pressure and eat all that damage. She's really good, as the analyst had said about keeping him out. But going in right now is iDom.
oh, that was a giant neutral jump. I mean, like, that trade happened, but for Smug, that was a lot of damage taken. Ooh, big jump in.
EX.
Ooh. Oh yeah, caught the gap, swinging with that forward fierce. It's gonna be corner to corner, dashing up twice over. The interruption.
Crush me kick. Now it's my turn to play. The Molotov coming through.
Afterwards.
Yeah, don't press that damn button. I just said don't press that damn button.
Don't you do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. That's a hard situation though. There's not much you can really do. You don't have the traditional reversals. You don't have a 3 frame. You just have to guess.
There, a big punish there for iDom. Heart rate +2 scenario. Don't even try to move. I think Smug was caught trying to jump out of there, but the crouching jab caught him in the pre-jump frame.
Unusual jump. Ooh, that catching crouching fears. Billy Rock throw. There you go.
Another heart rate. We talk about that being one of the biggest threats against G. Oh no!
This is how the party starts, dog. It's 9 p.m. Everyone's invited.
No, he whiffed! I wonder if he tried to whiff into command grab, like whiff the special into special.
Points a throw. Still alive. Clips him low. Flip kick to do it. Got a little bit more bar to work with.
Oh, I like that. That would have been so interesting if you got that critical. Oh my god!
Oh,
how? Huh?
Damn.
I saw a reversal on the side of iDom and Smug grabbed. You could see Smug.
Yeah.
He's happy about that.
He's like, I did that on purpose.
I shouldn't have gone away.
But he did, and it's fine to have those moments though. You ride that momentum. At the same time, iDom's really situated before where he's like, that's cool. I'll leave it be. It's fine.
Heart rate again. Catches Smug with the back dash. Big jump in, even bigger damage. Presidentiality level coming up.
Tech, still in the corner though. Activation, of course, off the crouch medium.
Great block on the overhead.
Hands are up, a command grab again. This stun? Oh man, this is looking unfortunate.
And it's
level 3.
Max presidentiality level coming up as well. Anything will do it. A grab. Okay. Great late tech there from iDom. Great patience. That was a low heart rate. Yeah, make it safe.
Nice fireball to challenge the strike. You know what? One of the things that iDom's always said is like, dog, you got to make me afraid to use the whip. and you see that right there with the great jump-ins and dealing with these, and finding these gaps and dealing with it like that, man, Smug,
Good.
studious and studied.
You were talking about Angrybird in that Big Bird match where you talked about G's normals and how good they are. In this matchup, they definitely, I mean, we know that, Poison has crazy range, right? However, up close, some of those situations you do have to contest. You have to make sure that Poison is not comfortable just constantly keeping you under lockdown. I like him testing right there because then that means iDom might potentially swing in some of these bad situations to stop him. That's what you want in these matchups. That's exactly what you want. Unerve the player and take advantage of their mistakes.
So we see the momentum shift yet again in favor of iDom. Are we going to see a switch from Smug, do you think?
I wouldn't think that a ROG switch would be good right here. This would not be a good time for ROG. One of the many matchups that ROG definitely has issues with, that whip, just disallowing any of that, forward movement pressure that the character has in terms of dash punches and stuff like that. You really got to make the reads with like an EX upper, and even then, that's really risky. And even if you get it, she has so many ways to, so B skill switch out when she finds it confirmed. So I don't see a switch. I just see a switch up of kind of play.
Oh, my mistake. I was thinking of the last instance where Poison actually hit, but you know what? I'm completely wrong. I was looking at the wrong screen.
We'll save it for later.
I was looking at the wrong screen.
We're gonna have a close.
My mistake. My mistake.
It don't matter. It could happen. It could happen. B skill stocks up. Seeing that the presidentiality levels are going to help out this match. The fireball.
Ooh.
One of the best in the game, but he's in there. No more zoning.
Ooh. Ooh.
B reversal. He's so good about just putting the pressure back on the opponent.
Anti-air from the other side, and the command grab. How many long frames? To be fair, he had so much time to prep all of the ingredients as Laura came down. One more throw will do it. The roundhouse instead. It was a
medium kick.
no.
Fine. It's Mark. Uh-oh. Tech though. Just up the EX.
Ooh!
You gotta watch your 6.
Oh, and that was a meaty elbow.
That was hella meaty.
That was a meaty stand strong.
No vegan, dog. I'm looking at the menu. I only see meaty options right here. iDom, staying alive, fighting back just like that.
Oh. Oh.
That forward heavy punch. This timing is pristine.
Sunset wheel.
Take a ride.
Again, yeah, checking the jump, that defensive option, deterring it.
The challenge, though, from Smug.
He's not going to go into presidentiality level. He wants that Oki situation so much more because you can open up iDom immediately after or have the chance to. He gets it again! That's 2 times straight. iDom is getting antsy with those defensive options now. Presidentiality level. This is going to be dangerous. And no!
Oh, that was a wrong decision. I don't know what he's trying to go for there, but now he's getting punished and mixed.
Oh, okay. Wow. Whatever I just said prior to that match happening, now I could copy and paste. Now that iDom has the momentum on his side, do you think we're going to see a switch? Man, that was actually pretty intense. That was all because of one slight mishap from Smug, reading a little bit too far into the future and committing to the sweep after backing up. He thought iDom was going to sit still in that corner, wasn't going to flinch, but instead went for that jump out option.
I mean, at this point, I think you just stick with the pick. I just think the mistakes. I think you just stick with the pick. They're player based, right?
I agree. I think that if you look at the fact that he can switch to Balrog, right? Yeah. But I feel like that's something that's going to be way too easy to deal with for a character like Laura. So no point in switching at this. There's no point now. However, if you have G, you still get the fireball control. Right. You still get the opportunity to make him fear that approach. We've seen how he's adjusted to a few things, right? Balrog's jab is not going to stop Laura from doing anything, but G's will. You can't be up close to G.
G's will.
Like that's one of the things that you have to think of, and I guarantee you he's considering that. Even more so, iDom is considering that, and that's why he's not swinging so much up close. He has to wait for the whiff, then he commits to a button. Yeah. He started off with that down forward heavy punch a couple times to chase the back dash. If you're crouching, that's going to clip you. You confirm, get the knockdown, start your game. You can just walk back. You're not going to do that versus G. He has a fireball, so you're going to second guess those little instances, and I want to see if he's going to continue to do so, but you never know. Smug's a crazy guy.
You guys have both convinced me. I honestly think that Smug doesn't really need to change. I mean, it's been pretty back and forth against both characters, right? When it comes down to the prep work, you only have to isolate one enemy this time, and it's only iDom. So, I mean, that's still a pretty hefty plate.
That's a lot.
It's only iDom. It's the Capcom Cup.
Yeah,
2019.
It's only iDom.
But we'll see how it works out. Again, it's going to be G versus Laura, sticking to the guns, right?
I like this option. Again, we talked about it. Also got that robbery factor of V-trigger, right? That's going to come in the clutch, but this is not looking good. Round start with a double overhead.
Did you see how sharp that jump was from iDom going in to start the offense, and now Smug dashes in his face?
No. Finds him on the meaty. Back fierce V skill. Stock up.
No jump out option for iDom. Smug doing a great job of deterring those options. Look at that. He's forced iDom to sit still. Ooh, that could have been huge if Smug blocked it, but still, the EX elbow coming from the side of iDom, looking to use that armor. Great interruption on the thunderclap, but he missed the sequence. He missed the sequence entirely.
Like that. It
Big
be a
block.
wrap. No! That's so unfortunate. Overhead cost him almost damn near everything. It's a one-touch situation for both people right here. Trying to get him low.
He did it again. He
tried. Fireball. V-trigger fireball to fade on through the three-pointer.
From downtown?
Downtown.
Nothing but
He's
that.
on fire.
Boom, shakalaka.
He's eating up.
Smug. Getting closer to that game point, dog. That's what he needs. I like these folks right here using the great neutral of this character. A lot of people, when the character came out, they're like, this neutral's not that good. Look at these buttons, dog. Even when they're not buffered, they are a stop sign.
So
they're a stop sign. No entry.
And I like this. Look at Smug just walking iDom down. iDom has been buffering a lot of normals, but still Smug just barely outreaching.
Heavy kick, really great.
Look at the spacing of the low medium kick, really checking away. And I like that, backing away from the threat of the thunderclap. He's controlling the momentum so well. Smug has just been dictating the pace immaculately. Anti-air on point, full critical art as well. He's waiting for a confirm. You know he's fishing with the heavy buttons, but so is iDom. He's looking for those heavies.
Trying to figure out what's in your wallet. Gets the light touch, the light stuff. Falls him off the fireball, the sunset. This may be the last one you get to view.
Oh my God!
Kick.
Jump back!
No way!
Take a look at that kick.
Are you kidding? Who does that?
Beat
Who?
the shoes.
Who?
Beat the shoes.
That's why he's a Capcom Cup champion out here.
He just posted up, shoot the J, shoot it.
Doing it.
Full critical art on deck for Smug. Gets the forward throw now. Dashing up, getting some of the Oki.
Crouching and kick again, and going back to that kind of footsie style gameplay, but you gotta be careful with these bust out moments. EX covering his approach.
Oh, and what a time to jump out as well, interrupting iDom's sequence.
Pure footsies right here for it. Heavy punch. EX. Yo, I'm so clinched.
Over, yeah, such a sharp angle, getting past the wall of the anti-air. That stand strong wasn't enough from Laura. Now stuck in this corner. What a time to throw out the low medium kick. Big jump and cross up. This is going to be important here. This sequence could actually kill Smug.
If it can land, activation does it raw. Nice anti-air.
Oh, he knows! He knows too much! He knows too much!
Away.
You know why he jumped back?
100,000%.
He was about to get scooped.
Mm-hmm.
He was about to get grabbed. I felt that. I was like, oh, bro, my chest tightened. I was like, no, don't do it. But he jumped back. That was so smart. On
big
the
brain.
side. Oh, man, that was so good.
I felt time freeze. As soon as he whiffed, especially they went, and it was just, you either sit there or you jump away and make this read. You know what's crazy though? I think that Smug called him out. Like he knew he was gonna jump back. I think that rush punch afterwards was to be in hot pursuit of iDom's
catch
movement.
the backdash. I don't think it was to catch a jump.
Oh, for real?
Because if he did
That's
if he did jump back and he did wheel kick again, it would have caught him.
Oh.
So if he did dash punch, if he was just walking back and he did dash punch, he would have had to block it. He would have had to hold
That's
the
very
B
true,
skill.
yeah.
So if he
Good
jumped
point.
back again, he could have did another wheel kick. I think the wheel kick would have caught him, and that's the only thing I believe that would have caught him because he jumped back. That height, that angle, I don't think anything else would have caught him. I could be wrong, but that's just my,
I think we could all agree to that as well. Again, Smug was just trying to catch the move.
Yeah, he wanted the he
He
didn't
was
want him to
two
get
steps.
free.
He was 2 steps ahead of iDom. It was just, it was either the backdash or the jump back, right? So that was very impressive from both ends, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, but iDom, again, using all the tools of the character in such a way that you don't typically see from other people. That means that he's mastered it, right? And that you don't really see that from other players, like when they kind of switch around to different characters, or even other characters or people who play Laura. Like using all the tools in a proper manner. We saw the jump back medium kick to catch him as a fussy. That's ridiculous.
That was nasty.
That was so gross.
I felt so dirty after
And
that.
usually
I got it. I'm the
disgusting.
clean. I feel like I'm the cleanest sometimes, but at the same time, I got to scrub a dub. That was nasty.
And it's usually the gross things are usually about like the feature robberies, but just usage of the normals of this character has put him on game point against Smug.
Already off to a very aggressive start is iDom against sustaining this lead against Smug. That's going to be a stun. We're going to see some thunderclaps. Thunderclap, hey. Jeez.
Tom's getting clapped today.
Oh,
Pressure on the
big
challenge.
interruption. Oh, you thought? Okay.
Still, this will make this comeback. RG, V-trigger, the great equalizer in life. You gotta have those buffers. You gotta be able to open up just like that. Catches him low. Crouching meaning kick as a
that was sick! Yo, we caught iDom trying to move! Anything will do it for the stun. Anything will do it for the stun. That's it.
That's it.
That's more than enough. Critical art, light it up.
Does it sound like that? Is that what G's super sounds like?
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like. Anybody who gets hit by that, it's everybody doing that. That's what happens. In the corner, everybody's gonna get clipped by that. It's gonna be a KO.
I like that crouching meaty kick though. That was such a great use of that tool to catch anything that coming on through. But nice flip out. Again, rotating the defensive options right here to get outside of some of these mix-ups and not get close to the front of her face. It's what she has for lunch. It's disgusting. Ugh.
Like anybody could go for a meaty stand strong right now. The fact that Smug chose low meaty kick, let's see if he does it again. Oh,
low with the light.
Command grab might be incoming. I told you it might be incoming.
Yo, call him now.
Huh.
The stun again. Smug. One more sequence after this is going to get the win.
Don't throw him again. He's going to throw option select. Watch.
Hit him with it. Hit him with it for the children. Always a command grab for the finish. And I'll let you even look at the camera.
Okay, so maybe not. He's looking for the activation.
Oh!
No, not yet. After the forward fierces, he needs another sequence exactly right there.
The reversal.
The reversal was there. Good decision
And
from
the
Smug.
sweep.
What? That
Off
was
his knee.
nasty. That was so far. And listen, the last time we saw him throw out the sweep, he died for it.
Yeah.
He died for it.
Not this time. My man said, I'm going to get it right this time.
Thank you.
I'm going to get it right this time.
I knew you weren't going to do it. I felt it.
Yeah, I didn't expect the sweep to come out right there. I was like, what are you going to do this time around? But Smug is reading these situations so well. I mean, we saw the read last time. They try to catch the jump back. This time, dash up, sweep gets the job done. And you, like you said before, he got deaded last time for block when that
100%.
got blocked. So you have to look at the fact that he's reading some of these situations where iDom's trying to get out and taking advantage of them. You saw the jab in the last game literally, he was like, you know what, Thunderclap. He's like, you know what, I don't want to do
Yeah,
it.
no,
I ain't
deal with
dealing
that
with none of that.
I don't want it.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. I feel like if you're playing Balrog in this matchup, you're not doing that.
That's
You're
very
holding
true,
every
yeah.
one of those instances because you're too afraid to hit a button. And we've seen what happened. If iDom gets a hit, whether it be counter, whether it be clean, you're going in the mix.
Yeah,
So,
you don't have to worry about maintaining a charge as G. You can just go straight into
go
it.
straight.
So that's a really significant difference between the two characters, right? If you're so preoccupied holding up a charge as Balrog, you're not going to get those chances again if you miss it once.
Right.
Automatically, iDom would know if you get hit with that jab and he doesn't go for like the dash punch as Balrog, well, iDom's going to be like, all right, well, I'm pretty sure he has to maintain his charge again, and I'm just going to go straight for it.
I mean, honestly, to have what we have right here, the final game between the two, at the very limit, like a lot of people, I was looking on my Twitters and things like that. Everyone's like, yeah, Idom's gonna take this. You know, he's got this easy. But I told y'all, I told y'all out there's some people talking some mess. I told y'all out there's gonna be mad close right here. The final match between the two, the final game. This is game point, Smug versus iDom, and we're going to the limit.
Big counter hit conversion off that jab, walking on in there against Smug's defenses. He tried it again, but the buffer stopped him. Once more, iDom with the stun. Give me that thunderclap. We the club now.
Love in this club.
Hey!
In this club.
Hey! Oh, nice tech.
Making back, love to hold him back there. Now, we go forward with the V-trigger activation. Just the button on the dash. Mind the speed limit.
That's the thing with
Mind the
iDom,
speed
right?
limit.
Even though he's sitting there, don't slack on the down back. He's definitely going to press a button if you try to steal his space. Don't get in his face.
Right. Oh, damn. Jeremy, relax.
I learned it from you, man.
Oh, you're welcome. EX next right here, stays in front. This is set point for iDom, but Smug's fighting back just like that. B skill going up for the Oki. Oh, immediate all.
Love to see that anti-air. From that angle, makes you feel happy. Feel nice inside. Okay.
Still smile. I like that crush kick to catch these claps, dog. Like to deny that pressure. And this is where Smug really loves to play. This max distance right here finds the fierce to the face. That's a crush in the B skill.
Yeah, but that route, he's not going for the presidentiality level. He's getting the knockdown for the Oki setup yet again. Back throw, defensive back throw.
Gotta finish the plate though. Don't let iDom stay alive with V-trigger.
Yo, the flash! The
final
flash!
game!
Looking
Final
like Steph
round.
Curry out here. He throws it up and you just wait for the splash.
Final game. Final round. Smug versus iDom. I told you it's gonna go to the limit, and I didn't lie to the people. Jumping medium kick to catch the walk in. On the other side.
I do it again.
On the other side.
Who do it again? Oh, jeez. Oh,
It's bad. This is looking dire.
Oh, this isn't good, Rick. Oh, he's dead. He's actually dead. Sent him to a different dimension. He was going to fly out to outer space, and you were never going to see him again. Not in this version of Street Fighter V.
I'm gonna send him to the next dimension.
To the next dimension.
he was out of there.
Yeah, he was
What
like,
a set, though. Smug versus iDom going down to the last game. The adjustments are happening in real time right before your very eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, that was an NLBC Classic. And if you're not watching NLBC, you're missing some of the greatest Street Fighter matches in America, in the world, in all honesty. And of course, you know, shout outs to my brother Vic, Team Spooky holding it down, and NYC Furby, Arturo Sanchez, one of them SFL players.
Man.
Shout outs to Team Spooky, man. They hold it down for NLBC. And if you want to see these guys play on a weekly, head there. But right now, $5,000 was on the line in this set, and you can tell because both of them were playing with it all on the line. Look at the defense on the side of Smug to slow down what iDom had going right there.
This is setting us up for some amazing, amazing Street Fighter. Honestly, each and every one of these matches has gone like increasingly down to the wire, right? And it's been super intense to watch. It's been unpredictable thus far. I mean, again, we talked a little bit about it. The analysts kind of mentioned it too. They were like, you know, iDom again does have the better record against Smug, but this is the closest I've seen in a very long time.
I mean, like, if we look at the recent history, to me it makes sense. I've been watching them fight for a while. To me, it makes sense that it would be this close. But iDom gets to retain not only his Capcom Cup champion, but also season final champion of this region. That's a 2-in-1 deal right there.
Like I said, man, like when you talk about Street Fighter in North America in general, you have to talk about the East Coast. You have to talk about NLBC. That's why we have the saying, the NLBC Classic. It's because these guys week in and week out play in these tournaments. And this is one of the hardest tournaments in the world. I dare you to play in NLBC and try to get that W. Try to get top 8. Those guys are way too good. Way too good. So when I see people play, when I see Smug play, when I see iDom play, when I see any of the East Coast players play, especially any of them that come on NLBC, I'm always impressed because these guys go in every week to try to get better at Street Fighter V, and you couldn't ask for anything more. But I would like to ask the analysts what they thought about that last set. Let's take it over to the invisible desk.
Just about as close as it gets right there. And on a night in which I feel like a lot of these we've been talking about, this is actually about neutral. This is actually not about big comebacks, actually not about explosivity, but in this match, a lot of it was controlled by Smug and Laura from iDom, nevertheless, able to get the job done.
Yeah, honestly, looking at that as far as like the matchup wise, of course, before that match we were talking about, is it going to be the Laura versus Balrog, Laura versus G, maybe some poison. We did see a bit of poison there. But in general, what we seen there was that in the end of the day, iDom has this special talent. Like, I feel like with Punk, for example, his neutral game, Daigo, everything. And then when it comes to iDom, his player reads are just completely immaculate. I always talk about how I do think that Laura is a bit underrated as a character, right? But honestly, a lot of the stuff that we see iDom do is just not character specific. He's gonna get more out of it, out of his natural talent by using that character Laura. But when you see a regular Laura player act, and regular being anybody outside of iDom, when they do land that hit, they do not make the right read time and time and time and time again like he does. With that being the case, I'm not gonna say why iDom won this, because it came down to last game, last round, and it could have easily went either way. At the end, you had a bit of an iDom round right there.
Right.
But with that being the case, I feel like that set, it was immaculate, and if it went down to like a 1st to 10, it would have continued going back and forth the entire time. Amazing set from both players.
Yeah, we always got to point out that iDom is just above and beyond the best Laura on the planet. It's just hard to compare him to anyone else, and I feel like it's very misunderstood, that level of mix that he applies. It's not just Laura that gives him that. It's hard to replicate with anybody else. And we especially see that with this matchup because G beats Laura. Like, I can confidently say that. You can kind of smack any button on the stick. Those neutral buttons control the ground game. And you saw that how iDom was trying to approach. He always kind of forces the option. I might do a random elbow here, hope for a counter hit. I'm going to risk the jump here and there. If you anti-air me, what am I going to do? Sit there and get smacked around by Fierce Punch, crouching medium kick that you represented? Literally every button that G has goes underneath the fireball. I mean, you just pick one, it'll beat the fireball. Yet still, iDom won. And that's because on paper, this matchup, Laura should never get in. iDom finds a way. It is one of the most volatile matchups in Street Fighter, and you know, I thought Smug might have the edge here, especially when iDom went for the poison counter pick. When you win the counter pick match, you know, it started out with G, Laura. When you win the first counter pick match with, you know, your bad matchup,
Momentum.
that is huge for you. It means it's back to the wheel of counter picking, and you won the matchup you weren't supposed to win. But that said, iDom said, I'm going to go with the bad matchup because I know if I can force the one entry, it's not even resource dependent. Once Laura knocks G down, no 3-frame, no reversal, nothing to really get out of the mix. She has so many ways to rinse and repeat the plus frames from one hit, and that's how you saw those iDom rounds starting to add up, and that's how iDom closed it out. I mean, that last round was one touch, it was over. That shouldn't happen, but iDom finds a way.
I can sense some personal trauma in there as well.
There's a lot of it.
A little
There's a lot of
monologue
it.
Downplay, whole lot of downplay, bro.
Yeah.